Guys, can you see my screen and hear me well? Can someone confirm, please? People are still joining. I'm
Yes.
waiting for them to join and we'll start in a
Yes, we
minute.
can see your
Yes,
screen.
sir.
Yes. Yes.
So I hope these parts are clear. As of now, this section is clear. And this section is clear. Only the Bashan is pending. We'll do that later. Bashan will cover under when it comes to networking part. Because if I start doing Bashan now, you will have to understand subnet, you will have to understand virtual network, which are the topics which we have not yet started. So we'll do the Bashan later when it comes to Azure network. Meanwhile, Satar bhai, did you resolve your issue? Was your issue resolved, or do you want to share your screen?
I would like to
Uh,
share my screen because it is taking my PTC company's domain. So
Okay.
I don't think it is
I'll
working
stop
around.
sharing my screen. I'll stop sharing my screen. You can share your screen. Yes, Ajay, you have a question.
Yes, sir. Just a small question. Just wanted to know, as by mistakenly my operating system I took Linux machine, and after creating the virtual machine, can we change the
No,
operating
no,
system from
no,
Linux to Windows?
no. There
No.
is no way.
So we have to create a completely new virtual machine once again.
What do you mean by change? I
Okay.
mean change करके करे क्या लोगे? सब कुछ operating system में ही होता है. Change से क्या मतलब है? You want to keep this, you want to keep this IP, you want to keep this. तो वो
Yes.
वैसे भी while selecting a
Every.
new machine, हाँ, while
हाँ.
selecting a new machine इनको फिर से select कर लेना. That's all. बस उतना ही है. तो you cannot change that. You will have to do a new installation from scratch. Yes, Siddharth bhai, please
Okay.
share your
Okay.
screen.
Yeah, I have already shared. Are you able to see it?
Not yet. Wait. Okay, I can see it. Let me drag it here. People who are using office laptop or who's facing this problem, I'm sure there will be multiple people who will face this problem. So look at this once. Can you guys see screen, Satar's screen?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Satar bhai, please go ahead.
I have created this just now.
Hmm.
When I click here, when I go to connect RDP,
Hmm.
and if I download this,
Hmm. Hmm.
connect, it is asking for the password, but it is taking the PTC net. This is my office connection.
Okay. Anyone knows
And
the
if I
answer?
choose,
You can click more choice
Use a
option.
different account and use the ones which you have
yeah, I tried with this. Please enter username and password. So I have
No, you need to use different account option.
I selected that. I'm giving the username and password.
Can you use the Faisal
the
Saudagar
domain
tool?
is
That's
the
the
domain is
domain.
still PTC network.
Yeah.
You need to change the
Yes.
domain.
Yeah.
So go into more choices.
Use different account.
Yeah, I selected that. It is asking
Dot
for
But you are
username and
still
password.
slash and
you are still selecting it under the PTC.
No, guys. He's selected correct. You are also correct. What I want to know here, how to change domain. Anyone knows?
dot slash and the username.
Try that. It won't work, but try that.
What I have to use?
Dot slash
Backslash actually.
backward slash and the username while creating virtual machine time username.
I do have a way. Please try this and I'll tell you the other one.
Okay, that is not going to work.
Can you try with the username @ IP address?
No, that is not going to work. Fine, guys, let's not waste time. Satar bhai, please open that. Whoever is unmute, guys, can you please mute yourself? I can hear myself. It's echoing. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Click on more choice. Select a user different option. Scroll up. Username. /. Just /. Don't do anything else. Okay. So guys, // though it is not part of this one, but because it has occurred here, topic, I'll quickly clear it for you. Dot represents your local machine's name. So why is it not going to work, Ishaq bhai? Because earlier it was taking PTC, and the moment you take type dot, it will take your local machine's name, and both are incorrect in this one. Neither his Azure machine is in PTC domain, nor it is in his local domain. This one, do you see Sattar Khan 2L? That is his local machine's name. So Azure machine, it is not a part of PTC, it is not a part of Sattar Khan. So that is the reason both are not going to work. So you will have to use the domain. You can try this one. There's one domain. You're in Faisal's group, right?
Yes.
So someone has pinged the domain name. Can you see that in Zoom chat? Okay,
Is
so
it
guys,
fazilahsaudagar2.gmail?
sort of. Let's leave that. Let's leave that. Go to your machine. Click on overview. Let's leave that. A simple task, a simple solution I'll share with you. Close it. Close it. Close the RDP. Go to your machine. Overview. Click on overview. What is your machine's name? Where can you see your machine's name, and what is your machine's name? I got the answer offline. What is the machine's name, guys? Copy that. Go to RDP. You don't have to do that again. You have already downloaded once, right? Where is the downloaded file? Where is the downloaded file? Go to your folders, look for downloaded file. No. Your openings. Oh yeah, that's the one. Which is the latest one?
This one.
325. Yeah, do that. Click on that. Connect. More choice. Machine name. You copied the machine name, right? Backslash. This is case sensitive, guys, right? To make sure you copy and paste it. If you're sure that both are, do not look at the RDP name. Whatever the machine name we copied from there, make sure that name is here. Backslash. Your user ID, the one which you selected at. No, your user ID.
So should I put
Your
here?
password. Yeah. Your password. Don't hit enter. Just type that. Now do you see, guys, domain has changed. If you don't do anything, your company domain will be there. If you type dot, your local machine's name it will take. Type click OK. The login attempt failed. Credentials were used, did not match. Are you sure about the credentials?
Yes, I have copy paste. These are the I have given.
Okay. Administrator
Let
1.
me type my.
The first letter is capital. Did you
Yes,
enter the
yes.
first letter capital?
Yeah, you copied, I guess, right? So click on more choice. Click on more choice. Use a different user.
Should I select this one?
No, different user. Yeah. Go to your machine. Azure. Go to your machine. Azure portal. Click on overview. Let's see the domain name if you're finding here. Wait, just give me a minute, right? We can try this.
Well, we can try to reset the password and we
No,
can try one more time to.
Are you sure about the password?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wait, give me a minute. I'm trying it on my screen. It is not sharing with you guys, but give me a minute. I'm trying it on my screen. Username is administrator. Can you share the user ID and password? This is administrator 1, right? Just open that
Yes.
notepad. That's okay. You don't even have to. Administrator 1. And your password is administrator 1. Just A is capital.
A is in the uppercase.
Okay. I'm trying it on my machine. Let's see. We'll come back to this. Meanwhile, please reset your password. Let's see. I'm not sure if the password is correct, though you're saying it. We'll come back to this. Meanwhile, from where will we reset the password? No, you didn't have to go
In
back.
the help section. Help section.
Let him do that. Let him do that.
Help.
Okay, you guys can guide him. Anyone, a single
Go
person,
to
anyone
your
who knows?
resource.
Need to open the
Go to
virtual
your
machine
resource,
option
the
only.
machine.
And
On
you
the left
need to
side pane,
drag
you
it
can
on.
see the help section. Yeah, there is a reset password.
Okay, do this and then try once. Try with that VM007 / your user ID. And if it still doesn't work, we'll see that once. And meanwhile, you can stop sharing the screen. Do this. Let them see that how it works. If someone has missed it yesterday. So this is how it will help you guys. The more you start creating virtual machines, the more errors you will see, more issues you will see.
Click on update.
Okay, it has started. You can stop sharing your screen, Satar bhai. We'll come back to this one. Okay,
Okay, I stopped.
fine. Thanks. I'll start sharing my screen and we'll go ahead and look at the other options which we have. Okay, guys. So we saw yesterday how to create a machine. While creating a machine, how to attach disk. I did that. I almost took one session for that, right? One session was dedicated there, which showed how to create a machine, how to add new disk, how to change that disk. Are you guys comfortable with that? While creating machine, adding new disk. Everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ajay, you can delete your resources now. It has been issue has been resolved, right? Now we will
No
talk
problem.
about,
Thank you.
guys. Now we will talk about if a machine is already there is an existing machine, and then you want to either remove a disk or add a disk or do something about disk. Everything related disk we will discuss here. Windows Admin Center is nothing. It is just an option from where you can access or control all of your Windows servers at a time. So we are not talking about this. This is nothing Azure specific. It is just an external Microsoft product. Connect session we have completed. These all sections we have completed. These all options under this one we have completed. Networking will do separately. Connect we have completed. Bastion will be covered with networking. So till here it is clear. This section belongs to you guys. You will be working on this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we are talking about disk. Windows Admin Center we are not covering. Now first let me show it to you which machine I've created, how it looks, and then we can see at the disk and other options. Okay, so this is a machine I have created. This is the IP address which I have for that machine, and it is 194.8. I guess I'm already logged into that machine. So let me show it to you guys. This is not that machine. I will close this one also. Yes, Leo, you have a question?
Yes, sir. So I just wanted to know for Linux machine, do we have a GUI like we have one for the Windows?
Very less flavors. In Linux, we have Red Hat. In Linux, we have SUSE. In Linux, we have many flavors, and one of them is Ubuntu. And Ubuntu has some GUI, but in production environment, you will never see that. In production environment, you'll always see a core Linux.
So for the GUI, do we need to enable the RDP port or still the for Linux GUI? Do we need to enable the RDP port
No,
or
no,
the
SSH. You'll work
Okay.
using SSH. Most of the time, you'll work using SSH.
Okay.
Okay. Port has nothing to do with GUI or something. It's simple. For Windows, it is 3389. For Linux, it is 22. Simple. Okay, so this is the machine I have with me. Okay. I'll bring it to the first to the next screen so you guys can see it. Let me close this so we won't get confused. I'll close this one also because this is not a part of our training as of now. That machine I was using for migration section training. What we want to see here today, it's all about disk. And whatever we are doing, guys, in virtual machine in Windows, that is not part of our training. And that will not be a part of your job. Your job is limited. It is limited and only limited to your Azure portal. So your job, if someone is asking to give an extra disk, you will only apply the disk at Azure portal. You won't have access to come to server and do the extra steps which you require to utilize that disk. Are you guys getting my point? Anyone who did not understand?
Please elaborate it, na, please. Sorry.
We'll do that. Yes, we'll do that here. So first, let me show it to you. See, you guys are logging into this machine and checking everything because we are in the practice session. Okay. When it goes to the actual session, you will not even log into this one. Someone will ask you to create a machine. You will create a machine. You will share the IP addresses and that's all. That person will log in and you will create a user ID and password for that person. That person will log in. That person will change the password and that's all. He'll give a confirmation. Everything is good. Something is not good. He'll come back to you. That I asked for 4 GB RAM. Why did you create a machine with 2 GB RAM? You will have to change it at your end. I asked for 4 disks. Why did you create it with 2 disks? You will have to change it at your end. You will not log into that machine and check. One more thing, public IP address, guys, public IP address. This is only for our training sessions and for practice session. In your live environment, you will always deal with your private IP here. But how private IP works, are you able to, can you take this remote of your private IP sitting at your laptop? That all we'll discuss when we start with the networking session. So as of now, just stick to public IP. We'll deal with public IP. But remember one thing, when it comes to production environment, you will never ever see a public IP. Clear till here? How to connect using private IP? It's a different thing. We'll do that. But you will not use public IP in your public environment, in your production environment. It will always be private IP. Is it clear? Is guys any questions, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So I have created a machine here. What is that machine? This machine is a Windows machine, a Server 2022 machine. I want to work on the disk section of this machine. Okay, I'll go to disk. I will check. What are the disks attached to this machine? Can someone read from here and tell me? How many disks this machine has? What are those disks? What is the capacity?
There are 0 disks attached to it, except for the primary one for the OS.
Good. What is the capacity of that disk?
It is 127 GB.
Perfect. Forget the IOPS. We're not discussing IOPS throughout वगैरह ये सब हम नहीं discuss कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? So there's only one disk which is attached to this one. The type of disk is SSD. It is not HDD. This is useful information. The size of disk is 127 GB. Now, few things I will be discussing with you guys. Make a note of it or write it on a notepad wherever you want. These are the interview questions they ask. Can I add another disk to this machine? A simple yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, we can add.
Yes.
Okay, and whenever I'm saying disk, guys, I mean the data disk. If I have to talk about this disk, I will specifically say operating system disk. And it's not only me, in your interviewer also. Okay, so if they are referring to disk, they are data disk. If I have to talk about OS disk, I will be specific about it. I will say OS disk. Is it clear to everyone? So later, if I'm
Yes.
asking question,
sir.
you should not have this confusion that you did not say that, because same thing
Yes.
will happen in your interview also. Okay, so now my question is, can I attach a disk to this server?
Yes.
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 How? Can someone guide me? My requirement
Just
is
click
to
on
Create an-
have
create.
my requirement is to have a new disk of 500 GB. Yes, how to do that?
Create and attach
Create
a
and
new
attach
disk
a new
below the
disk.
data disk section.
Okay, I'm doing that. Forget LUN number, whatever it is. Name, who will give you the name? Disk ka naam kya hona chahiye? Who will tell you that?
Requester.
Yes.
Application
What is the
developer.
storage type?
SSD.
Who will tell you that? No, it is not a
Requester.
setting.
Application owner.
You can select that.
Requester.
But yes, your requester will tell you.
Application request.
Requester, application owner. What is the size he said?
500 GB.
500.
500 GB. What next button will you enter? Here it is. You okay? Read only
Read
and this
and
one.
write.
That's fine. We will not. We're not getting into that. IOPS. We are not getting into that. Okay. हम उतना ही चीज पढ़ने वाले जो इंटरव्यू में ज्यादा काम में आएगा. Otherwise, if you start सारा Azure आप पढ़ने बैठ जाओगे, एक साल भी पूरा नहीं होगा. Okay. Save. I have to click on save. It is done. Now, do you think if I go back to my server, I will see another disk of 500 GB? Should I see that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. First, let it update it, and then we'll go ahead and check that server. It's done, right? I have a disk
Yes.
here, 500 GB. I go to my server, and I should see one. Why can't I see that? Forget the temporary storage. Okay, this is something different. Why can't I see the disk?
You'll
You
need to
need to
restart the
initiate-
machine.
Need to
No,
restart the
no. No, you need to initiate this by logging the disk management.
Yes, guys. Right? So restarting is not going to help, and just to add a disk, you don't have to restart your server. You have to initialize the disk going to disk management. But don't worry about it. I will show it to you. You also learn for your practice. So you will be sure कि जो आपने disk add की है वो यहाँ पर आई है या नहीं है. But when it comes to production environment, this is not your job at all. You will get a ticket. I need an extra disk on this server. Your job is to come to this portal, attach this disk, take a screenshot, attach to the ticket. That disk has been added. Your job is done. Because being being an Azure admin, you won't have access to their servers. अभी तो आप अपना खुद आईडी बना रहे हो और लॉगिन कर रहे हो ना, that is fine. When you go to production environment, आप अपना आईडी नहीं बनाने वाले हो. Remember that. You're creating it on behalf of someone, and that someone will have access to this server. Their team will have access to this server. So you won't have access to their server. So your job is restricted till Azure portal. Once that is done, you will tell them I have added that, and that person will come here. And this can be done using PowerShell, or this can be done using your GUI. First option was PowerShell, second option is GUI. Okay, I am in disk part, so first I'll have to exit. Otherwise, I can see the list and everything. And here I'll go. Disk mgmt.msc. MSC is for Microsoft Console. This will open a console from where I can access or I can check all my disk. Okay. I'm telling you guys, you don't have to do it because you don't understand what is MBR, or you don't understand what is GPT. You don't know what is the type of the disk. But the moment I log in, it clearly says that you must initialize the disk before you use it. So which disk it is talking about? It is talking about a disk 2. You click on OK. And here it is. This is the disk we are talking about. Can you see? 4999
Yes.
GB. And you'll never ever see exact 500 GB. कभी नहीं होने वाला है वो. But this is your disk for sure. So you have to right click here. Right click and initialize the disk, which you have already done that. It has been initialized. आपको pop-up मिला था. Otherwise यहाँ पर ये, do you see this offline? Yes, online. ये offline दिखेगा.
Yes.
You will right click here and you will initialize the disk. उसके बाद ये online दिखेगा. Once that is done, you are still not able to see the disk here because work is pending. You have to right click. You have to create a volume here. Next. Out of this 500 GB, I can use full 500 GB or I can use 300 GB और मैं उसको बाद के लिए save करके रख सकता हूँ. Which drive
we
needs
can.
to be applied? Which drive needs to be applied? They will. Sorry. Yeah.
Any letter which the user seems
Yes.
it.
User
suits.
will tell you कि कौन सा drive इस पे apply होना है. जो drive already use हो चुका है, that will not appear here. If you see C drive has been used, C drive नहीं आएगा यहाँ पर. User says put it as an N drive because this is my networking data, or he will say put it as M drive. This is my some marketing data. It's up to them. You don't decide that. You don't get to say anything in that. नाम उसको देना है, क्या नाम देना है. By the way, user is not sharing this information with you. Ignore the spelling mistake, guys. Click on next, finish. And now in some time, you should be able to see that drive here. Can you see it now?
Yes.
By the way, this drive or MBR होना चाहिए, GPT, इसका नाम क्या होना चाहिए? User is not sharing this with you. Why not?
Because it's his part to do.
Exactly. This is not your job. You don't even have access to his server. Your part finishes here. यहाँ पर आपने एक disk assign कर दी, इसका screenshot लेके user को दे दिया. That's all. उसके आगे का काम Windows team का होगा. If it is a Linux पे there is a different way you can mount a drive. This is not the same way. वहां पर कुछ commands के through आप drive को mount कर सकते हैं. But for you, it stays same. Linux हो या Windows हो. Ajay, did you delete your machine already?
Yes, Soil, by
That's
teaching
okay.
I
Yeah.
deleted the machine.
That's okay. No problem. So even if it is Linux, or and we'll get to see that. हम Linux भी बनाएंगे इसके बाद and we'll see. But irrespective of the operating system, Linux हो या Windows हो, your job is same, your method is same, your options are same. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Now
Yes.
let's say.
Yes, sir.
Now let's say a requester had 2 machines. He deleted one of them और उसका disk वैसे ही पड़ा हुआ है. Now he will tell you attach an existing disk. So you'll come here. यहाँ पर आपको दिख जाएगा. Now we do not have anything. We'll do this later. एक disk को बनाकर भी देखते हैं और उसको detach भी करके देखेंगे. Okay, or we can do this with this one only. ठीक है, मैंने बना लिया. यहाँ पर आ गया. मैंने यहाँ पर कोई डेटा भी सेव कर लिया. Okay, this is the file. This is the attached disk I have. For some reason, मैंने इस सर्वर को shut down कर दिया. Okay, but while shutting down, what did I do? First मैंने इसका disk निकाल दिया था. I wanted disk to be saved. Okay, so I saved my disk. Now let's say that I went to another server. I created another server. I am just taking the same server, guys. Just imagine, because एक example के लिए अगर मैं आपको अलग server बनाकर बताऊंगा, so that's okay. We have enough money for that, but we do not have enough time for that. Creating server itself will take 10 to 15 minutes.
Soil by already machine is there.
Sorry?
Can we check? I have one machine. It's already
No.
created.
No, we can't check. We can't check. Why can't we check? I'll tell you that. We can't check that. Okay, so just imagine that this is a new server. Again, I'll go to this server. Did you guys understand Isaac's question, guys? Sorry if I keep cutting you guys. The moment I understand your question, I cut you because we don't have sufficient time. But I'm sure I've got your question, Isaac. Did you guys understand Isaac's question?
No.
Yes.
He was saying
Yes.
instead of trying on the same machine, he has one machine. Can we do that? Can we see that? So I said strictly no. I'll explain it. Why not? I'm taking the same machine again. Now, if you now just imagine that this is my new machine, and I want you to use one of the existing disk. So what will you do? Can someone guide me?
Just click on attach existing disk.
Why not create and attach a new disk?
We have already one disk.
Yes, because the request here, the nature of the request is, I'm not asking you to create a new disk. I want you to attach my old disk. My old disk has my data. So attach the disk. What is the name of the disk? Who will give this name? ये जैसे name है, test name है.
Test
Who will share this name? ये नाम कौन share करेगा?
Requester.
application
Exactly.
owner.
Exactly. Why? Because ये practical, ये हमारा lab session. You are seeing only one disk. There's no confusion. But in the real time, you will see 100 disk here. कौन सा वाला attach कर दो कि किसी का भी कोई भी attach नहीं कर सकता, right? तो यहाँ पर नाम, उसका size, exact details, ये जो है requester को आपके साथ share करनी होगी. And then similar thing. Instead of creating new, you just attached one. You click on save. User will go here. What do you think now? Just because it is an attached disk, will it appear here directly?
Yes.
No, it won't appear, guys. इस case में आ गई. Why it appeared? Because this server already had a record कि यहाँ पर marketing नाम का एक M drive था और इसने बहुत सारी चीजें इसकी fetch कर ली already. Why it happened? I'll tell you. क्योंकि हमने इसी server से निकाली थी और इसी पे assign कर दी. That is the reason it appeared here. Otherwise क्या होगा? वो भी नहीं appear होगा and again you will have to go here. बस उस केस में वो डिस्क को आपको ऑनलाइन नहीं करना होगा. It will be available here. So the simple task you will have to do is here. And when I say you, is it you guys? Is it Azure administrator I'm talking about?
No.
No. Windows.
It's
The
your
Windows team.
requester.
Exactly. So simple thing he will have to do. इस तरह से आएगी वो डिस्क कुछ. I'll tell you how it will appear. इस केस में क्यों आ गई? This server already had some data उस डिस्क का. And उस डिस्क के अंदर की डेटा की नहीं बात कर रहा हूं मैं, डिस्क का मेटा डेटा कि मतलब वो उस डिस्क का कोई लैन नंबर वगैरह इसके पास होगा तो इसने क्विकली फेच कर लिया. अदरवाइज दिस इज हाउ इट विल लुक एंड योर विंडोज एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर विल हैव टू गो टू डिस्क मैनेजर अगेन. बट इन दिस केस ही वोंट हैव टू इनिशियल और फॉर्मेट बिल्कुल नहीं करेगा. वो फॉर्मेट कर देगा तो इज देयर एनी यूज ऑफ यूजिंग द एग्जिस्टिंग डिस्क? फॉर्मेट कर दिया तो आप उसने आपका डेटा ही वेस्ट कर दिया. बट अगेन इट्स नॉट अप टू यू. वो कर भी देता है तो आपका जॉब नहीं जा रहा है. डोंट वरी, उसका जॉब जाएगा. ऑप्शन है फॉर्मेट करने का. ही विल नॉट डू दैट. What he will do simply is change the drive letter and he will ask कि भाई कौन सा drive letter था इस पे या कौन सा चाहिए आपको. He'll say again marketing था, marketing ही चाहिए मुझको, M था, M ही चाहिए मुझको. He'll do this. You come here and then you have. Now how will you check if it is the same disk?
The data which we
By
have created in that
document.
Opening
folder,
it and
Document.
checking the data.
we
Yeah,
see.
can you see? We
Yes.
created one
Yes.
file and that file is there.
Yes.
Okay, now answering his question, Isaac's question. Why can't we do that? Because this machine and this data, it is in my domain. It is in UT-Kloud. It is my data. Isaac is some other company. If Azure allowed that, I'll simply go here and I'll see कि यार कौन कौन सी कंपनी का क्या क्या है यहाँ पर. Let me attach all disk और उनके डेटा के go through जाता हूँ मैं. उनके I'll check their client, I'll check their details and then I'll see whether I can steal one of their clients. I'll see if I can blackmail them. Are you guys getting it? It is a straight away compromise of data. So Isaac will not be able to see my data. I will not be able to see Isaac's desk which are lying in his subscription. That is the reason he can't see. And it's not only at the organization level, guys. Let's narrow it down more. We have not discussed the region and everything. Hence, I'm not explaining it more. We'll discuss that when we talk about region. But this is region specific. Even if the same company में भी डेटा होगा, so not all of you. Marketing का डेटा legal नहीं देख पाएगा, legal का डेटा marketing team नहीं देख पाएगा. Are you guys getting it? कि marketing का कोई बंदा उठ के नहीं बोलेगा यार वो legal वाली डिस्क है ना वो मेरे इसमें अटैच कर दो. Not possible. उसमें रिसोर्स ग्रुप एक फैक्टर होगा. उसमें ये जो आपका रीजन है ना, दिस रीजन, ये एक फैक्टर होगा. इसमें वर्चुअल नेटवर्क जो है वो एक फैक्टर होगा. देयर आर मल्टीपल फैक्टर्स. किसी का एग्जिस्टिंग डिस्क लगानी है so there are multiple factors. सिंपली कोई भी उठकर यहाँ पर आपको रिक्वेस्ट भेज सकता है, दैट्स फाइन, बट दैट इज टेक्निकली पॉसिबल ही नहीं होगा और उस रिक्वेस्ट पे अप्रूवल ही नहीं मिलेगा. सिंपली नो वन कैन कम फ्रॉम दिस रिसोर्स ग्रुप, someone from Shweta's resource group. Let's say that I have a new client named Okay, a new client comes here. He says that create a resource group for me, or maybe just in the same company, new manager. Okay, I have a new manager here. A new manager comes here, Ramesh, and he says, create a virtual group, create a resource group for me. I am an Azure administrator. I see he has all the rights. I say, fine, I've created as administrator. Now Ramesh says, create a virtual machine for me. I'm saying, fine, I have created a virtual machine for you. Now Ramesh says that I am in East US group. You have created a virtual machine for me. Now, can you detach a disk from Shweta's resource group and attach it to my machine? Technically, can you do that? Yes. Why? This is in East US location. This is in East US location. Both are in same subscription. Both are in same one, and you have access on all resource groups. If you had access on only one, you can't do that. Access bhi hai, sab kuch hai, technically you can do that, but is it ethical? Is it business ethical? For this, you will require n number of approvals. It could be the case. Maybe this is the case ke Shweta jo hai, she's leaving, she's quitting the organization, and now Ramesh's manager wants to discuss to these clients which Shweta was handling. Now Ramesh will be handling those clients. Okay, so maybe their manager, in dono ka manager ek hai. So if all approvals are there और ये location वगैरह same है, then you will be able to do it. If location is different, वैसे भी नहीं कर पाओगे even if the approval is there. But we'll see this everything when we discuss regions, when we discuss networking वाला part. तब आपको ये ज़्यादा समझ में आएगा. Okay, but as of now, we are at the disk section. How to assign it and how to attach it, that you should know. As of now, the only aim here is to learn how to attach it. कौन सा attach कर सकते हैं, that we will cover later. So is it clear to everyone that how to attach a new disk and how to attach an existing disk? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, Sohail bhai.
Now the question is, now I have another request. Okay, can I attach 5 disks?
Yes.
3?
5 disks. Can I attach 5?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, you can.
How? What is the maximum number? By the way, this is not Azure question. Okay, ये Azure का question है. Azure के हिसाब से तो आप कितने भी लगा लो. Okay, guys, we'll discuss that later. It's only 1 minute left. So now we'll be discussing about number of disks. इसमें दो limitations है. एक आपके machine का limitation होगा, server का. I'm expecting an answer from you guys on this one. This is a logical answer. And there is a limitation on your Azure side. दोनों के limitations को हम देखते हैं. Then we'll discuss about कि मुझको same disk का size बढ़ाना है. ये 500 GB है. I don't want you to give me a new disk. I want you to make this 500 GB का disk as a 700 GB disk. Is it possible? Can I increase the size of
Yes.
this one? We'll see that. All these questions we'll see after this session. Last recording, guys, it was not converted well, so I don't want to lose on that recording. So just give me 10 minutes. And this recording also. So we'll take a break of 10 minutes and we'll join at 4:10. Is it fine? Or someone has to go somewhere, so we can start immediately.
Yes, sir.
So all of you have time? Okay, we'll take a break of 10 minutes. I'll see you guys at 4:10. Same link.